Before you, an ancient vermaloc tree deep within the wildwoods. You sense it. A voice, a thought through the rustling leaves, a distant feeling, but it speaks. Though you walk different paths, your fates are entwined in this moment. Together, you will shape what is yet to come, whether you wish it or not. As one, each of you open your eyes. The tree now gone. You stand in a circle, facing each other, surrounded by the many hosts of Yggdrasil. You are all in the center of the council meeting. You once were watching from amongst the crowd.
So we're now the focus of the council meeting.
You are. Kordek meets the gaze of each of you, and as he does, it seems you have been chosen. Do what you must to prepare. I will see you to the path beyond Crenad in the morning. He turns to leave as his son bows, and much of the crowd cheers, his mate offering you each a gesture of thanks before they turn and follow as the rest of the council begins to disappear. Is there anything else that you all would like to do?
Pim will turn and look around and then see the rest of the party gathered in the center area there, and he will enthusiastically approach them and say, "Hi, I'm Pim. I don't really fully understand what just happened, but I think we're supposed to be together. So I guess that makes us friends."
I think Regal would have been gazing towards the council until Pim came over to introduce himself. And then, without changing his expression, fully like stoic kind of expression, he would stride towards Pim and just tower over him, just look down, and then kneel down, face to face. And then he hold out his hand, and this big smile appear on his face because, nice to meet you, Pim. I'm
Oh,
Regal.
I'm Pim. Thank goodness. I thought your face was going to be stuck in that mean expression.
It's just
He keeps shaking your
just between
hand.
us. Yeah, he keeps shaking. Just between us. It's meant to convey an air of mystery. Uh,
Oh, that's great. Wow. You're truly amazing. I like your shade. I mean, you're red. And look at that hair and those earrings. That's just, oh my goodness. That is so completely. Oh, wait, there's others here.
yes,
Hi,
we
I'm
have
Okay.
even.
Pim.
He stops. He takes the opportunity to pull away his hand.
Yeah. So Aleri watching Ragal walk over and initially looking kind of threatening, sort of starts bristling a little bit and then sees the Neil and like, okay, and sort of wanders over. Is like, hey, 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 I'm Aleri.
Hi, Larry. I'm Pim. It is
Hey,
so great to meet you. I feel like we've been best friends forever.
I've never
Regal, at
had
your
friends
service.
before.
Yes, you have, just 1 minute ago when we were introduced. Yes, awesome, great. Oh, who are these other people? Oh, they look so cool. Let's go introduce ourselves.
Okay.
And he'll. Are you coming, Ragal? Come on. Did I say that right? I really don't want to offend you by mispronouncing your name.
He will lean over you again, and he'll be like, "You said it fine.
You know, if you
After
keep
you."
bending over like that, you're going to hurt your back.
He will just chuckle, just urge you forward.
While this is all happening, I'm just going to look over at Mario's character, just kind of take a couple of steps closer. Are we working with children? And he'll just take a drink.
Adam just shrugs.
Perception.
Just offer Adam a drink. So I'm just gonna shake my head.
Adam doesn't look at what the drink is, he just drinks it immediately.
Leary hears about the working with children and like kind of is it almost like the sarcasm to it, and visibly is like crestfallen and like a very much a oh shit.
I think Regal takes it in stride and just takes a nod at the two that are drinking in the corner and goes, "Regal at your service." And, you know, children are not so bad. They lighten up the place. And he looks towards both of you and smiles, an encouraging smile.
Him shakes, nods his head
Oh, so what are we
vehemenously.
doing? I mean, I came to assist, but this was too easy. He looks around the council members that are leaving.
Yeah, where
As
are they
you
going?
look, you watch as Valin kind of approaches you, Aliri. She does a slight bow, the kind where you like cross your legs, hood pulled up over her face, kind of looks to you. I thank you, and we are assured that you're in capable hands. She kind of nods to each of you in turn.
Illyri returns the bow and is like and says, I won't let you down. I won't let you down. I won't let them down.
She smiles. You may seek me out at the Stack Tankard if there's anything you need before you leave. And she'll begin to drift away.
I don't think the actual task has happened. We're doing something tomorrow.
Adam's going to speak for the first time and just say that what are we supposed to do? We need instruction.
You notice Adam, as a familiar little gnome to you, is kind of standing at your shoulder as you say this, with a giant grin on his face. You probably know him as Rennie. You're coming to the woods. You're going to help me in my village?
Yes.
Is that where the children are?
Regardless, pats you on the head.
He kind of looks at you curiously, Pim. We haven't had children there in a very long time.
Oh, well, you know what you need? You need a good flute, because I heard this story once of where this piper on a flute lured children into a place. And if I'll tell you what, I have some carving skills. I'll make you a flute and I'll bring it to you when I can. Then
Oh,
you can get more children.
We're going to the Vermalock
The what?
woods. The Vermalock woods. I think you're thinking of the Lotus Stone woods. Those are the scary cursed ones.
Wait, are we kidnapping children?
My woods are cursed, or
That's what he's telling you.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't get your name. Are you drunk?
Often.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Pim. Should I just call you Drunkard?
Duncan, and he'll just reach down and give you a hand.
Hi, Duncan. And he'll start shaking nonstop. And
After
he'll,
about the fifth, I'll
as
just
he's
kind of
shaking,
try to rip it off.
and then he hurries over to Mario's character. Hi, I'm Pim. You're
Ad-
yellow.
Adam has seen the way he just grabbed the hand and didn't let go, and he just keeps his hands firmly behind his back.
Everyone's
Pim will walk around behind him and try to grab his hand.
Adam will keep his his body face towards him.
Ooh, if I run around you, will you get dizzy and fall down? And he starts running around you.
And he just says, Adam just says, don't.
Ooh.
Regal's just gotta slowly reach over and grab him and pull him away.
Oh,
I don't think he is enthusiastic in your
Pim is
acquaintance.
now very
Your
dizzy.
time. He's like steadies him.
Adam just will then just say, we go.
Venture awaits. Shall we?
Venture.
As
Ooh,
you
somebody hold me
begin,
steady.
as you
This is so
begin to,
exciting.
as you all begin to turn to leave, Duncan, you find Calvin is there, awaiting for your exit. He looks at the mark on your hand. It appears as though you've found your next path. Be sure there is always a room, a bed, and a drink waiting for you in Wrathfall.
I'll definitely keep it in mind, and I'll kind of look back at the group and then back to him. I am definitely going to need the drink if nothing else. Do you have any idea how long this will take? What exactly the issue there is? All I know is Burmlocks in a tree, maybe.
As you chat with Rennie, you hear about his small yet ancient village hidden just within the edges of the Vermalock wildwoods, where the steep Feed River flows. Not too far from his village, tree has been getting sick. Its trunk fossilizing, the water near it cloudy, the leaves falling. He's seen it in dreams, and he left seeking aid. It will take you a number of days to travel.
Well, I'm going to have to rely on this group then, especially since I don't have any money.
Oh,
Oh,
you need money, Duncan? I'll tell you what, if you let me ride piggyback on your back, then I will give you 2 gold.
he thinks far too hard about that. For the night, sure. And he'll just kind of grab you by the scruff.
Yes. Add 2 gold and I'll take away 2 gold.
Beautiful. Coins the
All
way to my
right.
heart.
As you make your way back to Broombaba, Rennie can fill you in. So he arrived at Corand about 5 days ago, to which he had filled in Cordic about what was going on. They called the meeting of the council, and everybody made way to Broombaba, where they held their first meeting yesterday. For those who were not aware, during discussions, the leader of Aruth, the orc village to the south, challenged the bugbear leader, Kordak of Krand, and as he turned, the orc leader attempted to stab him from behind in the back, to which Kordak responded, turning and slaying him with his staff. The council was halted and recalled this morning. Rennie had about a 2-day walk from the river before he found the bugbears. It only took him about 2 days. He was able to bring a boat from his village to the bridge. Unfortunately, you guys will have to walk. It'll probably take you longer.
In my defense, I don't have to walk. I paid 2 gold for a ride.
Okay.
For the night.
Well, you can also.
It's always nice somewhere.
You can also collect your dog from the kennels before you leave.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll ride him. You see my dog. It's a big Saint Bernard named Sir, a mastiff, basically. And he's really big, and he's got a saddle on his back.
So the first proper introduction of the game for me comes at this point as I get down and offer a hand to Sir Duncan Treebane. Nice to meet you, sir.
Sir licks your hand with a slobbery tongue.
Give him a little ruffle. Okay, we'll teach you how to shake.
Yeah, Regal gives him a pat too. He's Regal at your service, sir. He does a little salute.
He bites you. No, I'm kidding.
And then we're introduced to the
They
racist
make me
dog.
stab your dog.
So yeah, before you head out of town the next morning, was there anything anybody wanted to do or needed to accomplish in Brune Baba?
I'd like to seek out Solara at the tankard. It was Solara that invited me, wasn't it? Or said to come and talk to her.
No.
No.
That was.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Bad
I keep
notes.
opening the wrong screen. So who had stepped forward at the end of the council meeting was Valine Tessalara. So yes, you were right. I just don't know my own last names. And she said that you could find her at the stacked tankard if you needed anything before you headed out.
So yeah, I'd like to go and get advice from her. I will tell the group like, hey, I'm gonna go and seek out Solara. She said that she might have like information and stuff. Does anybody want to come?
I would love to.
Do they allow dogs?
Yeah.
Then I'll go too. Come on, sir. Giddy up.
Unfortunately, Peter, the goblin village is on stilts. You can't take your dog.
That's not fair. I'll wait with Sir, and he'll look all crestfallen because he's missing out on something fun. He just knows it.
Sir will be well looked after. Honest,
No.
that they'll look after him.
I've been neglecting him today. I guess I'll feed him.
Come on.
No, that's okay. I will stay with Sir. It is an owner's duty. Oh, speaking of duty, I got to clean some up. I'll see you later.
You enter the stacked tankard. A tavern and inn for supporting visitors. Some of you may even be staying here. It is owned and operated by the brothers Gick, Wib, Zoc, and Bib, who inherited it from their uncle and renamed it. They spend their time serving together, usually stacked on top of each other's shoulders. As you enter, you see three drow women at the table. So, in addition to the one you seek, you see Lady Oleos. And for those who have met her before, V from Ruth, who has a passive perception over 15.
There she is.
That'll be me.
Yes. You hear V, it seems to speak. You hear her say, "It is inconvenient. He was important to Roshana. Can you not control that husband of yours?" In answer, "It is their way. We cannot interfere, or we will lose the progress we have made. I have made. You do not have to agree, but you must honor their customs, or we will lose them." And the lady you seek, as you all approach, you all hear, "She is right." And then their attention's turned towards you all, and they rise to greet you.
I do the same semi-formal bow.
Come, have a seat. Boys, we'll move to the larger table in the back. If you can, food and drinks for everybody, please. In unison, they kind of all nod. Do like a big as one. You see as they kind of all scurry out on the guy on the bottom kind of running a mop as he's carrying them, the rest scooping up glasses and dishes as they head into the kitchen. They take you to where there's like this big, not so much a table, but probably a bunch of tables with just wooden beams kind of on top of them. A bunch of seats. Small, but padded.
Regal would introduce himself as well to them. Regal, you said, saying just like a little tip of his head. And he would draw their seats. So they sit down. Please.
They will each smile.
Oh, are we doing introductions again? Duncan. And just kind of like half wave and sit down. And if the drink's not there, he'll just kind of grab one from nearby.
Adam has gone with them, but stayed as far away as he can while still sort of paying attention. So he's probably a good like 10, 12 feet if there's somewhere he can sort of be in a corner.
It's a creeper.
As you introduce yourself, Duncan, Lynn will notice the mark on your hand. She'll kind of lift her head. Her hair falls out from under the hood as she studies your eyes for a moment. You have been marked to lead this journey. Some will know their role, others will need direction. And her eyes kind of glance towards Adam.
Yeah, that's what the tree said, which is a statement I wouldn't expect to normally make. Usually trees just go, I gotta leave. And then
Okay, dude. I gotta get out of here.
they so there'll be a lot of looking over people as I kind of look at the goblin, then over at Adam, and then at the door, just imagining a tiny man cleaning up dog poop outside.
Um, Illyri again bows and says, Mistress Solara, do you have any information? Any advice?
It's not for us to give. We respect the old ways of Yggdrathad, and through our divination, you all were chosen. You will find your path if you don't know it yet, but it is for you to discover what taints the wild woods and maybe discover yourselves.
Would any of you have a map, bare minimum? If not, I could figure it out, but be nice.
Would be nice to have a heading. I agree.
Can give you a map of the dynasty. Unfortunately, we haven't mapped up much of the Vernalock Wildwood aside from our own mines and lumber camps.
Just anything to give us a head start.
Yes. Lady Oleos kind of smiles. I will make sure we have one for you in the morning as we set out.
Anyone else think of anything? I'll just kind of look around the table.
Mistress, is there any supplies that you can help us with?
The council is happy to provide whatever you may need, or thank you for your service after. Perhaps a little of both. What is it that you find yourself short of, dear?
Well, it's really dangerous out there, and I'm concerned that we may not survive, essentially. Like, is there any healing kits or anything available?
It can be very dangerous. Rennie will guide you north of the river. At least then you avoid the marauders of the moorlands. Don't venture too far into the wasteland. Proceed with caution. If you see anything out of your capabilities, then perhaps run or hide. Even those that live within the wastelands patrol within the forest and patrol within the moorlands find themselves in danger. Absolutely, we can provide you with a healing kit.
Yes. You're right, mistress. Avoid too danger.
I mean, if trees can talk, I'm sure they can be very dangerous too. Uh,
Not the
Adam,
trees themselves that are in danger, I don't believe.
Adam looks over towards whoever it was that just said his name.
Do you need anything for the trip?
Adam shakes his head.
Do you have all your tools that you would normally use to do your job?
He nods. Just one single nod.
You got a favorite food?
Uh, Adam thinks about that, but just sort of stares at you without answering. You don't know he thought about it though.
Okay. I'll look over to the waiter or waitress. Can someone give him a drink? I don't know why he's so far away. That's gonna
So after a bit of time, the four stacked brothers do come back through the doors. Within their arms, they have trays. The trays contain eggs boiled to all matter of doneness. Breads like a roti or a naan, porridges. In front of each of you, they'll drop tankards of liquid that almost burns your nostrils, some sort of earthy spirit, and jugs of water. And he kind of nods to Duncan, and they tower themselves over and drop the same drinks in front of Adam.
Adam sees stuff put in front of him. Does that mean he's near a table because he was away from their table?
We'll assume that there's like a bar lip around the edge of the room.
Okay.
To you, it
Bar,
would be probably closer to your hip. It's more goblin sized.
that is fine, and he's just going to lean over and start consuming whatever is in front of him, kind of voraciously.
Yeah, the spread it's probably knock him on his rump, unless he's an alcoholic if he starts chugging them. But enjoy.
He still tries to look around the room and pay attention to what's going on, but he's probably not doing very well at that. He's really focused on just getting that food inside him as fast as
Yeah.
possible.
Around the tavern, there's a handful of goblins and others that are looking around, chatting, eating porridge, drinking, watching the lot of you at Chosen with whispers.
I think Regal will obviously take a drink, have some food, but he'll set some aside. Like you said, there was wraps and stuff. I think he'll set some
Yep.
of this aside for Pim and Sir. And then you said that the three goblins are stacked. I think Regal will approach them if they're like not get in their way, but in the passing, and he'll be like, "That is impressive." He looks them up and down. Have you always done that?
As often as we can. It's much more efficient. Take up less space, more space for customers.
Impressive. I thought I was acrobatically inclined, but nice. Gives them a bit of a nod of respect.
You watch as they like start passing the cups down. The goblin on the bottom kind of holds his hands out as like a footstep. You're welcome to try.
I wouldn't say no. He doesn't hesitate. All right.
An athletics or acrobatics check as you attempt to climb up.
That is going to be an 11.
Yeah, it's a struggle as you're trying to get up. It's harder than you thought it would be. Maybe it's the height of the hands. Maybe it's the smallness of limbs. As you get to the top, you find the ceiling is closer than you realized. You're not really sure how to kind of get over, but sure enough, you manage to awkwardly get your legs over top of Gick's shoulders. his ears kind of out past your knees as they all kind of turn to look up to you with a grin.
And he's just trying to get his balance, and he goes, "Onwards!" And I think he will use his Fey gift as a bonus action to increase their speed. It's passage. Increase their speed by 10 as he edges them around the bar.
All right. So with the extra weight and speed, they begin like lifting the trays and the cups back up, passing them up. You're kind of able to reach some of the taller people without waiting. As soon as your hands are like filled, you begin to zoom back and forth throughout the stacked tankard again as they use your boost of speed, extra hands to continue to serve the guests.
If we pass by where everyone else is, can we get you anything? He's just there. You just see him on top of these goblins, like serving other people.
Can I have some water, please?
Absolutely. One water coming up. It's like
They disappear into the kitchen in what would be a tiny kitchen. Just due to the height advantage they have, everything's kind of in order. Wooden bowls, wooden cups just get kind of tossed almost out like a laundry chute and disappear. They pull new ones off the shelf as they do, passing things down, passing things up. Give me another acrobatics check.
Here we go. Magical tragic. Come on. That's not bad. Oh, that is going to be a 19.
Yeah, it's getting easier. Surprisingly enough, you're not sure how you'd feel being on the bottom, but at the top, you've got your balance. It's a pretty entertaining night.
Yeah, I think he will just keep doing that. I think as the night goes, he's just getting more and more into it, and I think that's what he will do until we leave.
Larry eats, drinks the water, and is highly entertained. She's used to seeing the goblins, but seeing Ragal as well, she's just highly amused.
It's not often you see a hobgoblin do that.
No. You are so cool. That's amazing.
Why, thank you. He leans over to like give you a pat as they vroom, vroom, run by.
Do any of you have any skills you think the others should be aware of during this trip so we don't all die horribly? Other than the acrobatic one, as I'll point to go.
Yeah, like he does a little as he goes past the goblins.
That one's obvious.
I'm good with this. Great big great axe.
As you pull out your axe, you see just what looks like I'm going to say like a skull it's got blood dripping out of the eyes as if it's still bleeding somehow. It's not moving. It's just a stationary image, but that's there on the side of your axe.
Wow. Throws it. Yeah, that's going to freak her out.
Does it hit the goblin stack?
That's what I need to know.
Yeah, I was like, which direction do you throw it?
I don't know. Where is everybody?
We were all waiting for that to happen. Something to be thrown at them.
What do you want me to roll?
Roll D100.
D100.
14. Okay. Unfortunately, it's under 50. So as you throw your axe, everybody's kind of stares up at it. You look, catch sight of this skull, and kind of unthinkingly just hurl the axe forward, unknowingly in Adam's direction. The haft kind of bounces off the floor as it skids. The skull, bleeding eyes, still staring down at you, as there's a heavy crash kind of into the floor and then the wall near where Adam's standing.
So Adam
Does that
realizes
freak?
it would take a half second of the skull remaining, and he quickly dropped concentration because he'd realized that didn't quite go exactly how.
That's fine.
Well, it went how he wanted, but the end result wasn't how he expected, especially with it thrown towards him. So he doesn't want anyone to suspect him.
Oh,
And then
see, so Mario's playing the troublemaker.
So he stares at the axe, and he just reaches down, picks it up, brings it over, places it in front of you, and then goes back to his spot.
Okay. So someone's a magic user, and we'll keep that in mind. Not sure what Pim can do. I guess it's my turn, I guess. Uh, what would be fun? He just kind of scratches his beard. I'm going to stretch really quick. Uh, go behind the stack of goblins and hobgoblins. And I'm just going to turn into an ape and then climb up and just be on top.
It's turned into a sex act.
Yeah.
Wait,
And Larry's suddenly like, what?
Better give me an athletics or an acrobatics
Sure.
check for your
I
ape.
think I know who the druid is.
What? Let's see.
If you are helping him, I'll take an athletics check from you, Regal.
Oh yeah, a good man. Athletics, you said.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to help you, but I'm not sure whether it's because he's already kind of like got a few people like up the stack, or the fact you get him by surprise and he's like smiling and taken aback that you're turning into an ape. With a nat 1, I don't think I'm much help to you.
It's okay. I also got a nat 1, so drunken monkey is not a good plan as I kind of tumble.
Go to climb, Duncan, without even asking for permission. You just start to go up. The rest of you watch as, starting at the top, as Regal kind of reaches in shock to help this ape climb up. They each buckle one by one, and as they begin to like roll and tumble, all that weight and compaction just gives, and they almost like pop, each of them tumbling in a different direction. Plates and bowls and cups and bodies just fizzle everywhere. Some on top of tables, some into walls, some at your feet.
Honestly, I thought it wasn't the axe. I was like, oh, phew. And then
Here's the sad part is I have a class.
what's he saying?
Does anybody look hurt?
Yeah, there's a handful of people that look a little more than annoyed, not seriously hurt, but there's some damages, some hurt pride, some spilt food and drinks, and a big mess. But definitely some people a little bit bloodied and bruised.
Oh,
Sorry. Could I know it was a catastrophic failure in performance, but could have Regal, as he fell, had tried to cushion the blow for one of the goblins underneath him?
Not with your nat 1, you can't.
I was gonna say I have a climb speed. I feel like it should have been okay.
In that case, he would just be helping them up once he picks himself up.
You might have been okay, but the hobgoblin and the goblins were not.
Well, are they dead? Because if anyone when knocked unconscious, they need help.
No,
Sorry,
nobody's dead.
O'Leary will go round and I don't know how many points, but just use a couple of points from lay on hands. Just anybody who's really badly wounded will just tend to them. I don't know how many points.
That's who the paladin is.
Go around to help people. Duncan, you probably overhear as Valine speaks to one of the goblins that was also a guest here, as well as Lady Oleos. You better make it 2 healing kits. They might need them.
I give her a hairy thumbs up.
I think possibly we should all go get some rest now. It's getting kind of late.
Yeah, I think so. He's got like got a crick in his neck from the fall as he's helping one of the goblins stand up. It's like, I think that's a great idea. He goes, "Are you all gonna be okay?" He's looking at the goblins that you probably healed to some degree. Do you need help being stacked again? Like he's
Carefully place them in order.
Just like put them back like a Jenga tower, like.
But nobody seems worse for wear. Possibly the first time, at least that anyone has seen it, but maybe ever that these goblins have been unstacked.
And then we existed.
Does the bottom one like walk around carrying the others?
Always. They were born stacked, and then we came along.
It might well have been.
Yeah. Regal will make sure they're okay, and then he'll take his leave with everyone else. He'll go look for Pim, actually.
The food you left him probably had set aside for him probably ended up on the floor at some point. So you can take that to him, or you can get new food.
I'll get new food.
What would you have been doing? Well, all of your acquaintances were in the village, and you were down in the stable.
I'll look for a hollow wooden tube outside, a bamboo or something.
Okay.
And I'll start carving a real one.
Perfect. Are you proficient with flutes?
I'm proficient with wood tools,
Okay. Are you proficient with flutes?
I think. Wood carver tools. An herbalism.
Okay.
No, I'm not
What about-
proficient with. I'm not saying that it's going to work well. I'm just
Okay.
saying it's going to look well.
I would say he can make the flute, he just can't play the flutes.
Right.
Yeah, you can have a flute, you just can't use it.
It's probably not so much a flute as a stick that's carved like a flute.
With a hole through the middle. And that's
Are
all
you
a
sure
flute
about
is.
that?
Just one hole.
I got the wood
Just one
carving
hole,
tools.
that's
I
it.
drill.
It's basically it's a small didgeridoo.
Yeah. What did you do? Just blowing it.
Bunch of dogs howl.
No dogs here, just yours. A few mules.
Gosh,
and
you're
a
just mean to me.
Whole bunch of hungry moorbounders.
Oh, goodness. Do they respond to a dog whistle? Because I'm thinking my
boy.
homemade flute might be more like a dog whistle. Hope it's not a moorbounder whistle.
Give me
Absolutely.
give me a skills check with your woodcarver's tools, Peter.
18.
Okay. Sure, I'll allow it. You can add a dog whistle to your inventory.
I wanted to add a flute.
The most generous of DMs. I love it.
I know. You're lucky you even got anything.
You said that it was probably more of a dog whistle. I gave you a dog whistle.
That's true.
What is this? I gave you what you asked for. Whoever asked can add their 2 healers kits and the map
Thank
to your
you.
inventories as you each find your rooms and head off to sleep. Breakfast is served. It's a little less disarray. Have your breakfast, head down, retrieve Pim and his dog. So you begin to travel north. Kordak and the bugbears kind of drifting out to the sides, to the front, as Rennie, Lady Ulios, and the rest of you kind of travel down the path, making your way north.
Look at this great
travel.
flute that I made, but it doesn't make any noise. I don't understand it. And I blow in it, and Sir howls.
Adam walks over and grabs this whistle. Well, he's going to try and just grab the whistle off you. I guess you can resist.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist.
Try and grab it off you, and you'll snatch your hand away, and he'll just look at you, and he'll just shake his head and then walk away.
Now I feel bad for not sharing. Sharing is caring. Wait, come back. Adam!
Regal will put a hand on your shoulder because it's okay. He'll get his own.
Oh, okay. This is broke anyways. It makes no noise. Aroo!
Adam's
It
not
just
going
gives
to
you a
bother
little
trying
pat
again.
again. Despite just doting on Pim for a little bit and humoring him with his whistle or his flute, Regal will have to keep an eye out as we make our way with the guide.
I'm gonna stick close to Adam, just based on what V and the others said. Just in case. Just in case.
Okay.
I'll point him if I
So
need something done.
these will travel for about 2 days. Your second evening, you'll find yourself at this little patch in the morning. The crew from Crenad will part ways, and the rest of the journey is yours. The bugbear host, the host of Crenad, parts. They turn west off the trail, heading towards the swamps at the base of the Sorrowfeed waters. You continue your trail north towards the bridge.
I'll handle navigation. That seemed to be the role I was given.
I'll keep watch on
Regal will
first
keep an eye
watch.
out. Yeah.
Me and Regal are teaming up on first watch. Is that what he said?
Let's
While
keep it.
he's
Yeah, sure.
walking,
I'm so excited I get to hang out with my bestest friend Regal. And Sir, let's
perception
not
check
forget
from
Sir.
those that are watching.
12.
You
Oh,
have
wait,
the
I
map
didn't
and
add
you're on
me.
the trail at this point, so I will give you your navigation without issue.
Okay, that is a nat 20 for a 24 perception.
Mine was an 18 after bonus.
Perfect. And the rest of you.
Adam will just continue to follow the others. Some told on once.
Yeah.
You wander and wander and wander some more. You eventually make way to the bridge. As you continue across the bridge, Rennie kind of pauses. This is where you part way with the road and begin to travel now east along the river towards the great maroon woods that are the Vermalock As you continue along, there's a marsh area off the trail now that you begin to travel through. Um, the two of you that are watching, you do see a number of creatures within: small fish, large catfish that barely fit um, below the surface, if at all, as they shift between pools. You hear the croaking of large bullfrogs off in the distance as your footprints squelch through the mud. They stop, but sure enough, you see strange bits of blue and green and black, large eyes, strange faces watching you as you move forward. But let us initiative.
Ah,
Oh, nat 20.
Okay.
Nice.
Right
What?
between the eyes.
So that is 12 points of force damage.
Excellent. Pip, that brings us to you.
I will roll to hit. 8.
Yeah, it just fizzles into the water in front of him as he croaks back to you. Anything else for Pip?
Okay, he moves back.
Right into the mouth of another frog.
No!
It's one hiding right there.
Yeah, there's a whole.
You're giving the DM ideas. Stop.
It's okay. If you would have zoomed out, you would have seen that he put it closer to the other frog
Yep.
long before you had to tell
What?
him.
Oh,
There's one
crap.
up top.
Rego, it is your go.
All right. I think the first thing he will do is he spotted the frog, and then the Eldritch Blast went past him and hit the frog. He will turn to Adam and goes, "I love your enthusiasm." And he's going to run forward. Is the frog in the water? Is it like coming? Is it like
You're in like swamp area. I described him like
right?
shaming himself up out of the mud.
Is it like difficult terrain if I go closer to it? Like it's marshy, right? So is it like no?
You should be able to pick your way through
Right.
without too much of an issue.
Too much trouble. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he will again more nimble than you'd expect a hobgoblin of his size to be. He will dash forward, so cunning action. So he'll dash forward, and he will, in that same movement, he'll pull out his rapier and like try and stab it in the eye. Math. 22 to hit. For 15 damage. Or piercing. But that kind of like stab, he, you know, in the same movement, he like pivots away, and he will just go back and stand in front of him. He hits someone, he can just, without opportunity to take, and just like
Disengage. Yep. Perfect.
disengage. And he flourishes it, and yeah, stands ready. That's his turn.
Duncan, that brings us to you.
I'll look at it and I will first kind of stretch, and then I'll just jump out towards the creature and turn into a moorbounder. And I will go ahead and I will claw at this big toad. Does a 21 hit, I assume? 15 points of damage.
With 15, Duncan. You had our first kill of the game.
Woo.
You.
I will put a weird howl slash roar, and then I will, I guess, use the rest of my movement since that one's down. And I'll end my movement there, closer to the frog.
So you watch as this frog, kind of seeing you stalk towards it, shifts itself up out of the mud with a little hop and then a big hop and lands right in front of you. Does a 13 hit?
It does not.
That's it. It's my go. Alari, that brings us to you.
Just not quite close enough. I can't get all the way.
Any
Do
javelins?
have the option to dash, if only to give him flanking.
I do have the option to dash for my action. There you go.
Anything else?
That is it.
Brings us back to Adam.
Okay, he's just going to stand exactly where he is and fire another Eldritch Blast at it. But I'm going to assume that a 12 misses.
A 12 will hit.
Oh, excellent. 12 damage. And that would be all he does.
If that is it for Adam, that'll bring us back to Pim.
I will blast away with my firebolt. 19 to hit. 4 points of damage.
4 points as a black mark sears on the frog.
Those frogs are so neat looking. I wonder if I could turn into a frog. Or that big ugly dog looking thing that Duncan became.
If Rhaegal is back, that'll bring us to him.
uh, he just he smiles at you, Pim. He just without missing a beat, he will dash over and he's going to attempt to yet again jab the toad. 18 to hit. 14 piercing. He jabs it in the back.
Go Drunken!
Drunken. He's sober at this part of the journey. It's early.
Still a good name, though.
It is a good name. Does 11 hit?
11 does hit, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
it does.
Oh, wow.
I was like, it is a toad. Maybe I hit anyway. All right. Ooh, that's a great roll. 17 points of damage.
Duncan gets our second kill of the game.
Woo! Alrighty. I'm just gonna growl at the dead body for a second, and then just walk around, pacing, make sure there's nothing else.
It seems at this moment, anything that was eyeing you up as potential food sources, at least those within sight have learned better of it.
I think Regal, after seeing Duncan finish the toad, he goes, "I'm not sure if you understand me, but well struck."
Duncan will just kind of bow.
Pim is going to go over and visually examine the dead frog there. Say, okay, so that he's got the big eyes, he's got the ribbit legs, opens the mouth, looks at the tongue, and he's basically memorizing how to turn into one.
Cool.
I think Regal might like to take a memento, even if it wasn't his kill, technically.
Is Duncan still a dog?
Is he still
Yeah.
shaped?
Moorbounder.
It's a weird creature. Yeah, it's a moorbounder. It's a panther with a tusk. But yeah, he'll just stay that way for the remainder of his hour, unless someone needs something specific from him, just in case.
Adam would be, in that case, extremely cautious, not really understanding what's going on, and he would try and stay as far away from this creature as he could.
Oh yeah, so maybe take an eye or sample of skin. If Illyri's still there, standing there, he goes, "I know you didn't get to do much, but the enthusiasm was there. You get there." And he gives like a little encouraging pat.
I helped.
You did. Next time I'll give you a hand to speed you along.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, he gives her a winning smile, and yeah, he'll take his. Not sure if that offset his winning smile popping out the eyeball of a toad. Anyway.
Ew. That's gross.
That's the price we pay, I suppose, for adventure. Bit of ickiness, you could say.
Tim comes over and says, "You're not going to eat that, are you?"
This is for Sir. He's got a smile.
He doesn't eat eyeballs. That's disgusting. Ew. He starts.
All right, more for me. Like he pretends to eat it. Like more for me, and then he'll mimic kind of like licking like the slime off him. Pretty good on toast.
Sir, he ate an eyeball. Sir just kind of wags his big slimy tongue out his mouth.
If you've only eaten one eyeball, Adam at this point is going to walk over.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna look over and just sort of put his hand out and raise his eyebrows as if to ask if he could try one.
He just nods to the remaining eye on the toad. Help yourself.
Adam, I guess Adam watched it, so he's going to try and pull it out himself. So Adam rolled a 14 to remove the eyeball.
Okay.
He pulls it out and he just chucks it in his mouth and munches down to see what it's like.
How does it feel when he bites into that thing?
I'm going to assume
yeah.
it's like an explosion of juice.
It's probably the
Yeah.
size of your head, so you definitely aren't like
It's like a gumball.
eating the whole thing. It'd be like a
Okay.
bite. Yeah.
Fair. So he takes a big bite out of it there. Oh, God, that
You
sounds
see
so
him
much
Oh,
like
worse.
it's like an apple.
gnawing, and the eyeball like pulses towards each of you because it
Tim is
takes a
really
minute
getting
to be able to
sick now.
chew through it. And then
right.
eventually, you just watch as all this juice sprays back in his
Oh!
face and all down his shirt.
He doesn't react.
Say,
He doesn't react in any way to this. It just seems kind of normal.
It's a
And-
delicacy, yeah. It's very cold and refreshing, but otherwise,
He contemplates that maybe you better cook them some way, but he would would have like 5-6 bites, then hold it up to offer it to anyone if anyone else wants to bite.
I think Regal's equally horrified and impressed at the same time.
Adam probably then gets full after eating about a quarter of it and then just places it back in the eye socket in case anyone wants to grab it later.
A deflated eyeball.
I'm gonna walk over as the more
Oh
pounder,
no!
and then just kind of just gotta
Adam backs off fast.
Oh
kinda-
my gosh!
tongue out and just get the rest of it out. Just kind of.
Oh!
Leary is visibly a completely different shade of green.
This is your fault, Razza. You did this.
It's supposed to be innocent. He will make sure she's okay. Like he'll kneel down and goes, "Are you all right? I actually didn't eat it. If that helps."
Yeah, that was just very icky the way it. Ew.
Yeah, like a
Ew.
ripe grapefruit. Yeah, let's not think about it. He kind of turns her away from from the spectacle. Covers our eyes.
Sir, I don't feel so good. I think I heard one pop.
eventually,
You'll cover his eyes
he's
as well.
making
Sorry,
your way away from the frogs and continuing on your journey with more caution, staying close together, eyes peeled,